Hey, what's good, champions? Arian, Tyson here. I wanted to shoot this video because something has really been on my mind recently. And I've noticed that it's becoming more and more difficult for people to trust other people. And so I want to shoot this video and I want to help you out with some things as far as who you can trust. And when it comes to people, you can't tell all of your dreams, your visions, your goals. You can't tell them to everybody. Because those that say they love you, they don't love you the same way. They love you. Some people love you because they can take advantage of you, which really is not love. It's just you're using people. Others love you because you're always there when they need you. But the problem is they're not there when you need them, which again is, also a form of using someone. But there are people, a few people in your life who love you, and they love you enough to be honest with you, tell you when you're right, tell you when you're wrong, but they don't beat you up about it. Or if you make a mistake, they don't just tuck tail and run when stuff gets tough. They're beside you through the thick and thin. They're beside you through the better or for worse. And so I want to share with you 3 ways to know who to trust. And then if you get value from this, feel free to share this video. One of the ways that you can know who to trust, is that you have to know who to trust. And I'm going to tell you that you can trust the person who can see and knows the sorrow behind your smile. There's a lot of people that like to walk around with smiles on their faces, but the reality is many of them are crying inside. They're dying inside, and they put on this proverbial mask like everything is okay, yet when no one else is around, they're depressed, they're hurting, they're tired, they're frustrated, they're angry. And true friends and someone who truly loves you can see through it. They can see the sorrow that often lies behind the smiles of many people. That's the first thing. The second thing is, and I mentioned it already, I mentioned anger. Someone that you can trust is someone who can see the love behind the anger. Oftentimes, people get in disagreements. Males get in disagreements with females. Females get in disagreements with males. Husbands get in disagreements with their wives. Boyfriends get in disagreements with their girlfriends and vice versa. And they get angry because we're human. We're not robots. And you have to realize that it's one thing to get angry. It's another thing to get jealous. Jealousy is a form of insecurity. It stems from insecurity. But anger does not always come from jealousy. Someone can get angry with you because they actually love you and they see that you're going down the wrong road. And sometimes you got to be able to know that someone can see the love in you in spite of the anger you might feel, in spite of the anger that you might be unleashing in that moment. So you got to be able to trust the one who can see love inside, despite the anger. love behind the anger that you might have. Because somehow people think that if you're angry, that you don't love the person, or if you don't ever get angry, then you don't really care. And that's, neither one of them is entirely true. Because oftentimes, if you see something wrong and you don't speak on it, that could be a form, that could be taken as you don't care, which would make somebody angry, because we all want somebody and want to know that certain people that we love actually care. Which leads me to the final thing. The worst thing that you can do in any type of relationship, friendship, relationship, marriage, etc., is get silent. And sometimes you got to be able to trust the person who can see meaning behind your silence. And oftentimes when you get silent, for men, they're thinking, they're processing. But oftentimes when a woman gets silent, that's deadly. And fellas, we got to be able to see the meaning behind someone's silence. Because we all get to a point where we're tired of repeating ourselves. We're tired of saying the same things. And we have the right to feel that way, especially if we have repeated ourselves time and time again. And it gets to the point where we feel like we're not being heard. Okay, well, if you feel like you're not being heard, then just let me shut up and I won't speak. So you have to see the meaning behind the silence. And one thing that I can't stand, especially when it comes to women, is I'm not the type of person that does not say how he feels. I speak my mind. I say what's going on with me. If I'm hurting, you know I'm hurting. If I'm upset, you know I'm upset. If I'm happy, you know I'm happy. The worst thing that you could do to me is ignore me, or purposely do the thing that you know I don't like. And one of those things is being silent. Because men are not mind readers. We shouldn't have to be. Women are not mind readers. They should not have to be. And you got to be able to ask those hard questions and trust that the friendship or the relationship can weather the storm. Because if you get silent and you don't say how you feel, then it also shows that you truly don't trust the strength of the friendship or the relationship like you thought you did. So I wanted to share that with you, just to give you something to think about today. I hope it was of value to you. If it was, feel free to leave me a comment. I was not expecting to go that long, but it is what it is. It happens. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And as always, in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, the movie motivator, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.